Get ready for some mind-blowing secrets from around the globe. There are crazy, unexplained phenomena happening right now that you might not know about, but soon you will. Some have stumped the brightest brains on Earth for centuries, including top archaeologists, historians, and scientists. Today, we're going to uncover these mysteries and see if we can finally crack the code. Let's dive into one of history's greatest enigmas today: Costa Rica's mind-boggling decay spheres. Over 300 mysterious stone balls have been uncovered in this Central American nation, and no one knows how they got there or who made them. Imagine a team of prehistoric Flintstones juggling massive rocks, but hold on to your seats because some of these spheres are enormous. Think tiny villages could fit inside the biggest ones, weighing over 16 tons. But here's where things get really wild. Despite being one of history's biggest puzzles, scientists finally pieced together how these enigmatic spheres were created handmade by skilled artists living in Costa Rica between 700 and 1530 AD. They'd chisel away at massive boulders to shape them into those perfect orbs using nothing but elbow grease and old-school tools. Now, let's zoom out for a moment because this next mind-blowing fact will take you on a journey through time. The ancient Romans had their own version of computers, the incredible Antikythera mechanism. You won't believe it, ancient Romans had their own version of a high-tech gadget, but not the kind you'd find at an Apple store. Imagine a super smart tool called the Antikythera mechanism, an analog computer that could predict the movements of stars and planets. This genius invention was discovered in 1900 inside a sunken Roman ship from around 100 BCE. Talk about being ahead of its time. For decades, this incredible device just collected dust in museums. It wasn't until the 70s that scientists started piecing together its secrets. The Antikythera mechanism is a mind-blowing bronze masterpiece with interlocking gears and rings, all designed to make predictions about celestial events. But here's what's even more puzzling. Despite being over 2,000 years old, we still can't figure out who built it or how they used it. The ultimate mystery waiting for you to crack. Get ready for one of Earth's strangest secrets. In Namibia's Namib Desert, you'll find hundreds of bizarre circles where not a single plant dares to grow. It's as if they're magnetically repelled. But here's the wild twist: these dead zones are often surrounded by an eerie halo of super lush, green grass. What's behind this enigmatic pattern? Unfortunately, we don't have the answer yet, but we can't help wondering if something truly out of this world is going on. Maybe even extraterrestrial activity. You won't believe what they officially call these mind-blowing formations: arid grass circles. But let's be honest, fairy circles is way cooler. These otherworldly patterns have scientists stumped, and who can blame them? They're like nature's very own crop circles, a real-life phenomenon that's leaving everyone wondering what's behind it. So while the pros are still trying to crack the code, we've got our own theory. It's as if these enchanted patches are a gateway to the lost city of Atlantis. Now, is this legendary island more fact or fiction? The eternal mystery surrounding the fabled lost city of Atlantis. Did it exist, or is it just a mythical tale? While many consider it a legend, some historians believe that this powerful kingdom was indeed real. Plato's writings in Timaeus and Critias are our main clues, painting a picture of an island empire that vanished around 9600 BC in a massive oceanic catastrophe. But wait, can we really trust Plato as our sole source? After all, the existence of Socrates, his famous student, is still up for debate. As we dig deeper, some researchers have made an intriguing connection between Atlantis and a super popular vacation spot. But that's a topic for another time. Some have pointed to the Greek gem, Santorini, as the possible inspiration for Atlantis. And it's easy to see why a massive volcanic eruption did leave the island in ruins around 1600 BC. But hold on, isn't that way too early for Plato's timeline? Around 9600 BC, not even close. The more we dive into the mystery, the more questions pop up. Maybe someday, while exploring a long-forgotten cave or scouring the ocean floor, we'll stumble upon an unexpected clue and change everything we thought we knew about this enigmatic city. Stranger things have happened, like earthquake lights, which, fun fact, are actually just Mother Nature's incredible display of lightning during seismic activity. Let's shake things up. Earthquake lights are often mistaken for alien sightings or otherworldly phenomena, But the truth is even more captivating. They're just a mind-blowing demonstration of Mother Nature's power during seismic activity. And don't get me wrong, nature can be totally otherworldly, but these natural light shows are worth exploring and understanding too. Imagine witnessing mysterious flashes dancing across the clear night sky. No storm in sight, just eerie lights flickering to life. Earthquake lights can appear as glowing blue orbs or electrifying green bolts, defying our expectations like a magic show on Earth. The twist: these mesmerizing displays don't originate from the clouds, but from beneath our feet, often making their debut before the ground begins to shake during an impending earthquake. But is it really just coincidence that earthquake lights preceded major quakes in Italy in 2009 and Quebec in 1988, as well as many other seismic events? Now that we've seen some pretty convincing examples of earthquake lights, it seems like the case is closed. Right? Wrong. While their eerie appearances often signal a massive quake on its way, these spectacular shows aren't as common as they are consistent in warning us about an impending disaster. But here's the mind-blowing part: despite all we've observed, scientists still can't crack the code and figure out what exactly causes these mystical earthquake lights to flicker to life. The mystery remains unsolved, leaving us with more questions than answers. Get ready for one of history's biggest head-scratchers: the Shroud of Turin. This ancient linen cloth has been turning heads for centuries with its eerie image of a crucified man, sparking debate: could it be the burial shroud of Jesus himself? While some might think the sepia-toned face looks sketchy, the black and white negative reveals a seriously uncanny resemblance to our guy Jesus. Whether you're a history buff or just curious, this enigmatic artifact has been leaving people stunned, so buckle up as we unravel its secrets. In 1958, even Pope Pius XI was on board with the theory. But here's the thing: it all comes down to one burning question. Was this shroud painted by an incredibly skilled artist, or is it the real deal? The Shroud of Turin remains safely tucked away in Italy's stunning Cathedral of St. John the Baptist, right in the heart of Turin. But let's hop on a different kind of journey now, as we travel to the Indonesian island of Flores and meet the tiny, fascinating hobbit-like humans known as the Flores Man. And get this, scientists discovered her 18,000-year-old bones back in 2003. Scientists initially thought they'd stumbled upon the remains of a super small human, kind of like if Danny DeVito and Tom Cruise had a baby. But as they dug deeper, or rather, into that tiny skull, they realized this wasn't your average human, it was something entirely new and ancient. Turns out, these extraordinary bones belonged to a species called Homo florensis, which made its mark on Earth long after the Neanderthals had vanished. Because of her petite size and what seemed like an otherworldly charm, researchers couldn't resist drawing parallels with J.R.R. Tolkien's beloved hobbits, giving us the nickname that has stuck ever since. But here's where it gets really interesting. Not everyone bought into the Hobbit hype, especially when they saw her tiny brain size. I mean, we've all seen enough action flicks to know that a big brain usually equals smart skills, right? So how could this little lady possibly whip up those fancy tools they found nearby? Some folks thought it was just plain weird, like finding iPhone capabilities in a toy brick. But here's the thing: it's not about being book smart, maybe it's more about being street smart. Let that sink in for a second, then imagine having to move massive boulders, like those at Stonehenge, without even having a wheel. Talk about back-breaking work. Now, let's shift gears to one of the world's most mind-blowing mysteries: Stonehenge. Picture this: a massive circle in Wiltshire, England, made up of gigantic stones weighing around 25 tons each and towering at an incredible 13 feet high. We're talking a construction project that would give even today's architects a major headache. But here's the thing: it all happened way back around 3100 BC during the late Neolithic period, before wheels, before cars, and even before some of our ancestors had evolved into modern humans like us. So, when we hear about these tiny hominids called hobbits being part of this ancient world, does that sound plausible? Imagine you're on a riverbank at dusk in Thailand, and suddenly, the sky lights up with mesmerizing, glowing balls emerging from the Mekong River. Naga fireballs have begun their mystery show. These ethereal orbs baffle locals and tourists alike as they rise over 600 feet before vanishing into thin air. And this spectacle isn't a one-time wonder. Thousands of people every year witness these unexplained events along the 300-mile stretch of the Mekong River in Thailand, leaving many to ponder. What's behind this spellbinding display? The Naga fireballs have captivated locals with tales of an ancient giant sea serpent, Naga, stirring beneath Thailand's Mekong River, spewing fiery orbs into the sky as it rises. Yet, scientists propose a more down-to-earth explanation. Decomposing deposits in the river create methane gas that ignites when meeting oxygen at the surface. But we're thinking there might be some fantasy magic at play here. Perhaps Wisp from Warcraft Athuri is just looking for the perfect spot to cast its circle spell. Let's dive deeper into Thailand's mysterious landscapes. The Naga fireballs theory and the scientific explanation both remain unconfirmed, leaving room for further investigation. Meanwhile, let's shift our focus to Hinsamwan, affectionately known as Three Whale Rock. No alien spacecraft here, just an incredible 75-million-year-old natural wonder. This stunning rock formation resembles a family of whales peeking out from the mountainside when viewed from the right angle. It's no wonder this place has captured the hearts of adventurers and nature lovers alike. Get ready for an unforgettable journey. Hiking trails around Three Whale Rock make it easily accessible, allowing you to connect with nature while taking in breathtaking views, all without leaving a trace, making it an eco-friendly adventure. As you wander through the surrounding forests, these majestic rock formations will leave you speechless. So, add it to your Thai bucket list and experience it for yourself. Now, let's sail across continents and dive into another mind-boggling phenomenon, the Marfa lights in Texas. Described as glowing orbs about the size of basketballs, these mysterious lights have left onlookers stunned, with some even reporting changes in color. The Marfa lights are a spectacle like no other. These enigmatic lights have been witnessed dashing, twinkling, hovering, and even splitting into two separate orbs. It's like nature is putting on its own light show. The first recorded sighting dates back to 1883 when a farmer spotted them while moving his cattle near Native American campfires. But what's intriguing is that no ash was found afterwards. Some researchers propose that the Marfa lights could be fueled by gases rising from underground desert water sources. But here's the fascinating part. Some believe these lights might actually be connected to the spirits of Native Americans, protecting their ancestral land. Exactly, and isn't that what makes this mystery so captivating? The Marfa lights continue to leave us with more questions than answers. Whether you believe in paranormal activity